Ahoy, salty dogs! My name is Lenscap. Welcome back to the Star Squadron server. Currently, we are in the misguided assumptions, right where we left off at the last episode, hurtling at a increased pace of 600 meters per second and counting toward the center of a black hole. Yeah, we actually do want to do that. This is frightening, but as soon as we pass through this black hole, which is right now, we will have made it back to our home, black hole. So now we gotta jump out of it. We're gonna charge the jump drive. We're still pretty far, you can see it over there, but that is the black hole that started our journey in the last episode. And I believe, as far as I'm aware, that makes me the first person to traverse the entire galaxy. So that's, yeah. Charging the jump drive. Okay, once it's fully charged, we're going to check our map. And look, that was a good test too. It almost charged it all the way full, but not quite. That's okay, though. I mean, it's a shuttle. That's fine. Okay, where's our map? We want to... Let's go ahead and just jump as close to the salty shipyard as we can. So we've got some other things that we need to do this episode. And it's a little bit time sensitive, so we kind of want to rush into it. But we got to jump away from the black hole to get out of its gravity. Wow. Okay, so this is my third jump I'm charging up for, trying to get away from the gravity of this thing. Look at how fast we're going. 10? I got up to 1100 meters per second. Look at how quickly that's ticking down. Ticking up. Oh, great. So we are still being sucked into this thing. Its gravity is massive. Okay, am I out of its pull? I think I am, but I can't. I don't know if I can slow down enough. What if I do this and order my fleet to idle in formation? What does this ship do? I'm not sure what it's doing. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna try and stop it. I think we can stop it. Wow. Oh no, we're getting pulled back in. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's because we're moving so fast toward it. We definitely got to get this thing slowed down. Wow. Okay, finally we're bleeding off enough speed that we can actually see progress on the speed indicator on the right. Oh my gosh. This was crazy. Okay, if I let go of shift. Oh, nope, it's still sucking at me. So we got to charge the jump drive too as soon as we slow down enough. Actually, we can kind of be doing it at the same time. We just got to take breaks on the jump drive. Okay, we're almost slowed down. One more jump ought to do it for us. Gosh, I can't believe how much effort this was to get out of the gravity of this thing. Look, and as soon as I let go of shift, it starts increasing in speed. We're still stuck in its pull. Okay, one more go. Let's see if this gets us out of range of it. This should. I apologize for the siren outside if you can hear it. Okay, finally we're stationary. Let's charge our jump drive again. We're gonna need this for a project today, which is the rest of our fleet. We left the minutes to midnight in orbit somewhere around one of those black holes. I guess the way that systems load and unload, it's stuck in orbit around... Yeah, one of those black holes. I suspect as soon as we get close enough to it, it's going to teleport to the other one. So what we're going to have to do is probably ride it around again until we find the minutes and see if we can't dock to it or have it dock to us. Oh gosh, this is going to be trouble. Minus 153... Let's see, where are we? Minus 153, minus 2, minus 58. But it's headed in this direction very quickly. Okay, so it's headed back towards the center of the galaxy. We might be able to intercept it somewhere. So it's way out here. If we hit K, you can see its coordinates. Now it's at 1, 2, 3, -2, -51. So we know, okay, so we know it's in a straight line because this -2 and -51 didn't change. Why are we rotating this? Stop. So we need to head towards this thing. -120, so we need to find ourselves -2 and then -51 and head to about, oh, I don't know, 87. All right, we have our course set. It is very far, but hopefully we can catch up to this ship. It's going fast wherever it is. It's going fast as well, so I hope we can intercept it. We've got jump drive. It doesn't, but it's also probably going 1,000 meters a second. So this is quite the rescue mission we are on. All right, so we are directly in the path that Minutes to Midnight is headed. We are kind of far from it, about 800 kilometers. I didn't measure how far. I just wanted to get myself in line with it, and then we can kind of take it from there. Let's actually jump toward it. I don't want to go too far because it's going to be traveling fast. We're not going to have a lot of time to find it nearby and then fly over to it. I'm even concerned it's probably going really fast. I'm even concerned that it's possibly going too fast and we can't even catch it. So that's definitely possible as well. It's also possible that as soon as we get near enough, it's just going to teleport somewhere else because wormholes are weird. All right, so we are currently at 15 -251, and the Minutes of Midnight is at 9 and counting -251. So it is coming up on us. Hey, Sven. Hopefully we can catch it in the navigation filter, lock onto it, and fly toward it. I do have ships open and ready to look for. Let's kind of keep an eye on its progress. Okay, it's at 12. It's still unloaded. 13 now. Once it gets to 15, it'll be in our sector. There it is. We can see it. Okay, there it is. Let's see if we can't catch it. This is going to be the hardest part because I bet it's going a lot faster than we are. Actually, I wonder if we can just do order idle in formation. Now that it's close to us, it should stop next to us. And then that way we don't have to chase it. It'll chase us. I think that's definitely the better way to go. Let's point at Galactic North just to give it an easier time. I don't know if that actually matters. All right, here's to hoping that the Minutes of Midnight can stop in time and then align with us in formation so we can recover the vessel. I'm glad it's not stuck in the gravity well of a wormhole, though. I am kind of curious how it would have gotten out of such a condition, though, given that I was offline. I logged out. I figured that would happen to us, but I didn't know what was going to happen to this ship. And I kind of wanted to find out, but cool. So it looks like we were able to rendezvous with it, and it looks like it was able to find its way back to us. Yes, nothing lost, but everything gained. That's what I like to see. There was a problem. So, I'm back at the Salty Shipyard. I was just crafting some materials, trying to fill out a blueprint that we're gonna spawn into our world. And I figured, I like to have motion in the background while I'm doing stuff around the base. So I had my little dudes running, which they've stopped for some reason. Oh, no, they didn't. They're still going. So I had my little dudes going. I turned on the cargo pod system, which is probably still on. And something happened. I don't know what happened, but all the pods got flung into space for whatever reason. They all stayed really close. So usually when this happens, they go flying all over the place. Yeah, like that one is way far away. But they usually go super far from where I expect them to be. Let's turn this off. And yeah, like I don't get it. I'm not sure what happens there, but this thing has always been broken. Like it's never actually worked as well as I wanted it to. We may have to redesign, but I'm definitely not. I'd have to redo the whole station at this point to redesign it, and I don't want to do that at all. I'll just kind of pretend like it works and look the other way. So what are we doing? So right now, I've got a blueprint. Oh, I wanted to show you guys a couple of things too. I had a couple of questions about this. So I keep my inventory pretty clean. And just use my cargo. Now, this is a mess because this is every bit of cargo I ever owned. But I keep my inventory clean because if I go visit people, I don't want to have a bunch of random blocks and stuff that I'm taking with me. But there are some things that are very useful to have at all times, so I keep those in my crafting pockets, like this. So I've always got getaway ships. If I get stranded in space, I've always got a core and some power and some thrusters. My helmets I keep, marker beam, healing beam, power supply, that kind of stuff, flashlight. We might go buy some more guns pretty soon. I'm going to need a rocket launcher and a sniper rifle to play with those pretty soon. These are something that I keep that I haven't seen anybody else keep around. I always keep public permission modules, faction modules, and build blocks as well. The build blocks are nice. A lot of the times when I go visit other people, they're like, hey, come check out my build. And, oh, but I got to find a build block. I got to find a permission module. I'm like, hey, I already got you, dude. Let's do it. So I've got those things. Somebody also asked me about my settings. So I want to quickly look through these. If you're interested in this, just kind of pause the video. I'm just going to flip through them real quick. Okay, so there's that. And sound settings, I just keep my volume at 4. That's for recording. You need quieter game volume generally. So, okay, that's that. If you're interested in the settings, just pause the video. We're going to hop into the eyes and ears because it's quick. We're going to hop into the eyes and ears, and we're going to fly on over to the shop that's nearby. Let's just walk backwards so we can shut doors. And we're going to fly over to the shop and finish filling out this blueprint. Now, so a little bit of insight into the way that I do YouTube videos and stuff. I do a lot of pre-planning. And I did not do very much pre-planning for this, so I don't know if, generally I would do something like fly out to the shop, make sure all the materials are there, and, and then fly back and then record our segment. Yeah, I didn't do that. I feel like a bad YouTuber, but it's kind of a surprise this way, and or whatever. Hopefully, we can do this without too many cuts as well. I haven't had a lot of time for recording anything lately, and I don't have a lot of time currently for it either. Yeah, hopefully we can get this done. That's why my video, by the way, is so delayed. I try and do every 3 days, and I know it's been about 7 since my last one. So, missed it. Yeah, I have a lot of things have changed at my job. I'm not going to talk about this very much, but a lot of things have changed at my job, so I don't have as much time to record as I did last month, for example. So I'm always going to be doing StarMade probably forever because I love this game so much that I'll always make videos for it. Some of the other series that I was doing have to get put on the back burner. Ark, for example. Ark didn't do very well anyway. What was the other one I was playing? Eden Star. A lot of people liked that one, and I liked playing that one. I will pick that back up as soon as I have the time to, but for now I just don't have the time. Okay, let's see what we need for this blueprint. I think it's just hull and stuff, pretty much. So, you know what? Let's do this. I'm gonna peruse around this shop for a little bit, see if I can't fill out this blueprint, and I will be right back. Okay, can I name this, please? We're gonna call this one Momentary Reflection. I think that's a good name for a ship. Now, let's turn on our navigation filter for ships. And there are so many ships nearby. Okay. Here is the Momentary Reflection. This ship is a Bedlam class. Bedlam is generally chaos and disorder. That's what the actual word is, but I pulled the term from Skyrim. If you join the Thieves Guild, there is a guy, I think his name is Mallory. It's a guy, though. But he sends you on Bedlam jobs, and basically you have to steal a set amount of money from whoever. Okay, so here's the ship. Let's take a look at it. Actually, let's look at the outside first. So we have the biggest sail yet of any of the ships. And you know what I think? Actually, let's do a tour of the interior, and then we'll hop in build mode and do the outside. We'll do it that way. That way it's not so painfully slow to fly around this whole thing. All right, so we're back in the ship. Let's hop in some gravity, or I guess we are in it for the first time, I should say. So now we're in gravity. There's this little hallway. We've got a nice viewing window here, so we can see out. This hallway feels spacious, I feel like. I'm very happy with this hallway. There are two doors, one of which is not really a door, but there's a ladder here that takes you up to like the crew quarters. You can just barely make that jump, but you can make it. So in the crew quarters, we've got a little sofa, 2 bunks, some storage, some lights, a little kitchenette area, and a funnel trap, not fungal with a G, but funnel trap. I made that mistake once. Here is Cap's quarters. This is where the captain lives, or me in this case. Got a bed that's not just a slab, so a little bit more comfortable, some storage, another funnel trap. And nice viewing window, I guess, for the captain. A little bit bigger of a window. Okay, let's hop in. Here is our bridge. It's a small ship. That's basically the extent of it. And the bridge. Now, the bridge, I think, is awesome. So here's the bridge. We've got this, like, tactical display panel thing going on. I think that's a cool little detail. The captain's seat, and then there are 2 crewmen's areas if we go up these ladders. There's like a little walkway across the top, and then there are 2 crewmen stations, one over here and one over there. So we've got those as well. I did put a, like, I don't want to call it red alert, because it's not really red alert. It's more like stealth running lights kind of thing is what I had in mind. But if you hit this button, then the white lights turn off and red lights turn on. This occurs throughout the entire bridge, and actually throughout the rest of the ship as well. So in the captain's quarters, you can see as well in here. Cool. So I'm going to turn the white lights back on, though, just because it's so much easier to see. Now we have a transporter that I'll have to get set up in a moment. But that's the bridge. I dig it, fellas. This is my best ship yet. I'm doing awesome. All right, let's sit in the captain's chair and go into... Oh, let's look at the cameras. So this is the view from the core. This is the drive camera in the bridge. There's a camera down beneath the ship. There's one to the left. This lets you look at the docking port from the side, so you can kind of see if you're lined up properly. And then there's a camera kind of asim off on the sail here, so you can see from above. I have found that mostly when I am in this ship flying it, I will do this camera, but I do the double shift, so it's free, and then zoom way out. I found that's the easiest way to kind of tell what's going on in this ship. And you can't steer left or right this way, but a lot of its firepower comes from turrets, so it doesn't really matter. The only thing you can't focus the missile computers, which we'll talk about those in a second. But let's tour the outside. So same kind of style and design and shape-ish, I guess, as the other ships I've made in this fleet, which makes sense. They are a fleet. This one is a little bit bigger. It's much bigger, in fact. It's about 2-3 times as big as the Sniper is. More sails. I did this on the back. I thought this was cool. The sails at an angle like that. I thought that turned out really well. I'm definitely happy with that one. So this ship is kind of junky feeling. That was the whole point. You know, that's been the point of the fleet. So to accomplish that, the way I did this one was I kind of built the interior first. So I built this part in the cockpit and then the areas. And then I just slapped a bunch of armor around the outside. So we've got that. You can see inside here, you know, exposed systems. That really helps it feel junky. There's like the scaffolding really does it really well. So I've got scaffolding all over the place. You know, you can see into, like, this is like the reactor for the engines or something. Which, Lenscap, it's a solar sails? What does it need a reactor for? Or maybe they're not sails. Maybe they're heat sinks. I don't know. I just built them. It's got this big module here. This is like a big battery kind of thing. Sticking out of one side. Again, asym. You know how I like my asymmetry on my ships. So we got 3 of the engines. These are the same engines that are on the back of the sniper gun bit. So there's that. I was considering adding some engine pods to it. That's my only real complaint. Thrust to mass is only 1.2. I'd like to get that up closer to 2 if possible. But I'm out of space, fellas. There's no more room in this ship anywhere for that kind of thing. So, oh, looks like I've missed a block here. We can call it damage and leave it. Turrets. So this thing is heavily armed with turrets. I've got 4 AMC turrets, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and I have a slab there instead of a full block, so that's something we need to think about. Actually, I could fix that right now. There we go, so that was easy. So we've got 2 AMC turrets, or 4 rather, 2 on each side. On this side, I have I call these the small turrets, so there's a small one here and opposite it. And this one I called a medium turret, so just to kind of get an idea. It's got a little bit more oomph behind it, a little bit bigger. And then on this side, to balance the medium, where I've got the docking, I've got another small turret. So that's defenses. As far as systems in the ship go, we've got 2 missile computers, a jump drive, a jump inhibitor, and of course we have a rail docker. Now it only has 1. But whatever, that's fine. This is weird. This damage pulse computer, this is actually linked to this missile computer, so I don't know why it shows as being able to be put on the bar. You can't actually, though. Like, it says it's there, but it's not there. So I don't know about that. We also have a radar jammer. Now, these missiles, if I shoot them, they'll just go straight up. They are tracking. This one is missile beam. It has 10. I think missiles actually. So let's let's do this. Let's do free cam so we can kind of see. And if we fire this, you see they shoot up. Now those are attached to a beam, right? So they're seeker missiles. And then we have this. This is missile damage pulse. This is a much more powerful missile. It only shoots 2. But it shoots 2, and it does a lot more damage than the other ones. So the thoughts are, this is similar to an idea that I kind of stole from Gmodism, but it works out. It works out really well. The idea is you have, these are like distraction missiles. So you shoot these, and then you shoot the big ones, and hopefully the AMC guns from the other ships shoot down the smaller missiles instead of the bigger ones. But either way, I made them powerful enough that if any hit, it does decent damage. So that's spot on. So this is the ship. This is the new ship. I dig it. I definitely dig it. It could be faster. Like I said, it's really my only complaint. But it's not slow by any means. So let's go ahead and add it to our fleet. Now, I'm running out of time for this episode. Yeah, see how slow it turns? Jeez. But that's big ships at all. So they're all kind of slow like that. And now this is one of the bigger ships I've ever built. So I'm very proud of it, and I think it works out pretty well. The only other ship about this size that I've made myself was the Queen Bee that I have a couple of episodes for before I joined Star Squad. If you want to check out that ship, it's a pretty cool one as well. It looks like a bee. But anyway, I'm running out of time for this episode, fellas. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and tune in next time for more. We'll probably get into a fight. Roll credits!